To get traffic from social media, you have to understand that it's structured around some very valuable core principles. And when you truly understand these principles, where they come from and how to apply them, not only can you tap into them to generate a lot of traffic, but it goes way beyond that. You can apply it to your marketing to grow your sales. This is whilst you reach more customers and increase your distribution channels. The first principle is competitive research. It's no surprise that people now realize that the internet is now the greatest research tool ever invented. We can use it to look at any market or industry and find out who's selling what, how much they're selling things for, how they're selling things as far as what marketing strategy they use, how much traffic a site gets, where the traffic comes from, who they're partnering with, and so on and so forth. It's incredibly valuable. The next principle is a concept called piggybacking. Now, you've probably heard the old phrase, don't reinvent the wheel. Well, that's one of the most valuable concepts and strategies when it comes to having success with internet marketing. We can use competitive research to simply find other people that have put in the hard work, have spent money, and have put in effort to find out what works and what doesn't. So we're just going to shortcut our way to success and find out what's already working. And then just do it too. It's incredibly powerful. The next principle is the 80-20 rule. You probably realize what the 80-20 rule is. It essentially says in any circumstance, 80% of your results will come from 20% of your efforts, and vice versa. 20% of your results will come from the other 80%. When it comes to traffic generation, this is an incredibly true principle. Now, there are thousands upon thousands of ways to generate traffic to a website on the internet, but the fact is that there are only a few solid strategies which will help you generate the most amount of traffic. So this is my goal for the content I give you, to just give you the scientifically proven strategies which work time and time and time again. We're not going to focus on these little teeny incy-wincy type of strategies which will only bring in a little trickle of traffic. It's just not worth your time if you value your time more than 25 cents an hour. Because if I'm honest, there's really no such thing as free traffic. Any free traffic strategy at least takes someone's time to take advantage of it. And remember, your time is worth money. So one of the principles that you're going to see applied throughout my content is the 80-20 rule. And it's a recurring theme which is incredibly powerful, if you know how to take advantage of it. The next principle is very simple. My strategy to increase and grow your traffic and sales is to try and put in motion several different proven methods that others are proving to work. And then when you get any results at all, when you start seeing traffic coming in from many different areas, analyze them, and what you're going to see is that the fastest growth to more traffic is to simply improve that area that's working. It's 1,000 times easier to generate more traffic by taking something that's already working a little bit to bring in traffic and to improve it, rather than try and put a ton of effort into something that's yet to bring in any traffic at all. It sounds easy, but you'd be surprised at the amount of people that do it the other way around. They spend so much time trying to bring in a lot of traffic through these different strategies where it's literally all or nothing. They put in a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of effort, and it's either going to bring into them, 10,000 new visitors or zero. Now, there's a much easier and more profitable way to bring in fast traffic, and I'm going to teach you how to do that. Now, pay attention. If you want more traffic, you have to own more of the internet. It's no surprise that the majority of sites in the world that get the most amount of traffic have something in common, and that is that they have more pages out there on the internet. In other words, they own a greater percentage of the internet. Since the internet is made up of individual publishers, right now as a website owner, you own as much of the internet as you have published out there. So it's common sense that indicates that if you want more traffic and you want a bigger piece of the pie on the internet, you need to have more content pages out there. You have to own more of the internet. So as for example, as far as video marketing, you need to have as many videos out there as possible on YouTube, on Dailymotion, as many of these sites, as many videos as possible. As blogs, you need to have as many hub pages, as many Squidoo lenses as you can possibly put out on the internet. And you need to scale your business to the next level for more growth. Now, last but not least, the core principle that you really need to keep in mind is to focus on really building assets. Anything that you do on a regular basis with your marketing, especially when it comes to generating more and more traffic, is that you want to be growing assets. Your content, for example, on a week-to-week basis, you want to have more content produced, more than what you had last week or last month. Ideally, you want to create more products. You want to grow the subscriber number to your email list. You want to broaden your distribution channels. With more Facebook friends, with more followers on Twitter, always focus on the money-making activities. Now always test your data and your findings. When you split test, it's incredibly powerful because you can analyze and see what's really working from what's not working, what's bringing you the most traffic and from what's not bringing you the most traffic, how you can scale and how you can outsource to stop doing what's not working, and so on and so forth. Now last but not least, my favorite, relationships. As you start to apply my strategies and build relationships with other content creators, with other marketers in your niche, that is an asset. As every week goes by, when you build any asset at all, you're better off than before, than how now you've reached that first level. And what you'll find is over time, as you do all these things, your traffic grows, your business grows, and you just simply make more money. That's on an ongoing basis when all these things fall into place. So these are some core principles that I want you to keep in mind. And as you're probably already thinking, there's a lot of ways that you can actually apply these strategies outside of just traffic generation. But they're very, very important and incredibly valuable for you to stay focused on these and to apply them daily in your marketing. So if you'd like to find out more about how to build your brand, your social media campaign, and how to also become the hunted instead of the hunter, be sure to click the link in the description. I'm waiting to hear from you. Thank you. Remember, it's in your moments of decision that your destiny is shaped, and success is only a decision away.